Showing up on everybody's. All right, definitely broadcasting now.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh.
Hi, everybody. We have Lucy on the table. And she doesn't want to get off either.
And mind you, when you hit go live, then it sends me the notification that you're live.
All right, I pissed Lucy off. She's gone. So, mind you, I was telling Seanna, I had an email from someone that said that they watch my videos to see me, not my cats, and to push Lucy off the table when she's on the table. Not happening. Choose a different reader to watch.
I feel like I have people come to my channel to see my cat.
Yeah, Lucy's got a fan club, so.
Yeah.
Lord.
I'm like, what? There's a control freak thing. I think people feel so out of control that now they like try to control the readers or something. I don't know. So this is our first time with three of us. So hope everybody can see all three of us okay. I have to kind of get the feel for, oh, there's Nancy Pelosi on the bottom. All right.
I'm half in frame, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful to stay in frame a little more. My first question. Yeah, I call Trump Roadrunner because he's like Roadrunner that runs up to Wile E. Coyote and hands him a bomb and runs off, and the bomb explodes at everybody's face. So I want to know, why does Trump destroy everything he touches? His businesses, people. Why does he destroy everything he touches? Roadrunner, hit and run. Ding dong, got an Acme box for you. Well, welcome to those that haven't seen us live before. Glad you were able to join us.
I don't want to move. I know it's half of me. I don't feel like it. If I go this way, there's a desk right here, and then there's a table I'm sitting at, which is also just right here.
You get to see him when he's in profile.
Yes. Now, if you hit the zoom out, then you'll see more, but, you know, I feel like
honestly, I'm getting it because he's not very smart. Like, I have the Two of Pentacles and Seven of Cups, like, he tries to make sense of what he's doing, but there's this sort of confusion. And then I also have the High Priestess, so secrets and stuff he doesn't know. And then on the bottom of my deck, I had Death. I just don't think he's that smart. He just, it's like he thinks he knows everything, so he goes in and does stuff from his own understanding, and then, of course, says he doesn't know everything. He's going to make some mistakes or make some dumb choices, but...
Interesting. What you getting, Johnny? Why is Trump the Roadrunner?
Explain that Trump isn't very smart.
It's like there's the clouded mind.
Yeah.
Clouded minds don't just occur. There has to be something going on around this person to be clouded. There is a lot of, it's narcissism. So it's not that he necessarily has some sort of opposite of Midas touch. He's just not very savvy. You know, he's just not the person you lean on when you want something done, or the person you go to.
Not the kind of person that would go for help if he doesn't understand something either.
He's not very savvy in one aspect. He is savvy, I think, in another aspect, because he charges forward, you know, he pushes. His challenge is to defend himself. So, you know, and to hang on all the time, to cling to his money and hang on here. And so he needs a circle of support around him all the time to help him hang on, because he isn't smart. And in the past, I've also got my Mother Russia card, and over here in the future, my Putin card. So, and justice and surprising news and strength. So I think he's also got some blackmail on people, and also gets his strength from Russia and the Russian oligarchs. I think that's where his his money and his strength and his power comes from. It gives him something to threaten with. So why does everyone want to fall off a cliff for Trump? Why is everybody running to run on board the Titanic as it's sinking?
Because it's a luxury boat. I don't know.
Party politics, or are they just enriching themselves and we don't know it? I don't know.
Why are they so willing to do anything for this man?
It's their job. They get a work card here in the middle. They're clinging to whatever it is they consider their responsibility. So I think it's a party thing. It's not necessarily Trump. It's just whoever's sitting there. They did the same for Bush. I mean, Bush was not well anyway. They did the same for him. And so there's a transition, and then there's that collaboration. So, and then this person of support here, I think it's a party thing. They do it for all of them.
What are you getting, Seanna?
Well, I have 5 of Wands and the Fool. So this suggesting, like, I can see where Johnny's coming from with it's just a work thing. They just have to do it. There's a bit of an inner conflict. And I just kept hearing the words like trying to find some footing, trying to find something to grasp onto. And then I also have the 5 of Swords. So some people are like, well, if I have to go down, like, you're coming with me.
Yeah, bullying. So I'm getting that, it's chaos energy. It's like rushing in without a plan. It's chaos energy. And, what's really funny is I've got Mother Russia here for the Republicans. Go figure. And, their challenge or things are changing. I got at the root of this, justice, trying to find balance in all this, and they feel trapped and stuck. Crowning their surprising news that's coming out, but more news, something tangible coming out. So they keep having to make new plans because of him. They can't seem to separate themselves from him. It's always, they won't separate themselves until something big and tangible comes out about money. They won't separate until then.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, so here's an interesting question. We don't know who the whistleblower is, right? Has the whistleblower testified already? They're from the State Department. That's all we know about them. Well, all those ambassadors and everybody and Finland, they all work under the State Department. Has the whistleblower testified? Because I got before when I read on it that it was a woman. I'm curious, is it Fiona Hill? Is she the whistleblower? Has the whistleblower testified? And if so, is it a male or female? That question was given to me by someone in my comment section on a video, and I thought it was awesome, and I wish I'd written her name down. I want to say it was Emma something, but anyway, thanks, viewer, for the question. That was a viewer question. Hey, Tallulah. Hey, House. Getting all our readers in here.
Seen Lori earlier.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of people in here.
Has the person testified already? I get 4 of Wands. I get the Chariot. Is that in frame? The Chariot. I get 3 of Swords, 6 of Wands, and Strength. So I think they have, but this is a person who had a very important position who no longer has it.
Here too.
They didn't necessarily they didn't lose it because they quit. They lose it because they were betrayed somehow, some way. And it has been a very big uphill battle for them with the cherry. There's a lot of struggle. So I think, yes, they have testified and they have some sort of connection and news upon the White House. So it could be Miss Fiona, because didn't she lose her job unceremoniously? Like her and the Yovanovitch and all these people. There's somebody who lost their job unceremoniously. So I think they have testified already.
I'm getting here the Empress, so which kind of gives me the thinking that it was definitely a woman. And then I have the Seven of Wands. Oh my gosh. Seven of Wands. She's going to have to sort of protect herself, defend herself a little bit, but then overall, she's very satisfied with having testified. But with the Empress being pregnant, it's like she gave the testimony, but now it's like we're just kind of waiting.
Yeah. I got first part the messenger, so I'm going to say, yeah, they testified. It's someone who worked in the State Department a long time. They shared tangible information, strength in the testimony. So someone who was strong. The chariot, someone who they're going to move forward with on their testimony. They made everybody quite emotional. I've got the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles here. So she brought up, I think, Trump's ties to the money. And there's going to be more testimony from this person, I think, new beginnings. I tried to lay a clarifier on the messenger, and they were victorious, in the government. So didn't show me it was a female, but I think I still feel like it's a female.
Do you think this person comes from Mueller's office?
Goes from who?
From Mueller's office? From the offices of Robert Mueller?
No, I think I think it's Fiona Hill, who was an advisor to the White House, or if it's Marie Ivanovich, she was an ambassador. So let's ask: did the whistleblower talk to Mueller also? Now, Mueller would have been gone by the time the whistleblower did their filings. Maybe that's not worth looking at. She talked to somebody in legal, and I find that interesting because Fiona Hill kept saying that John Bolton kept sending her to legal in the State Department. She talked to somebody in legal. So let's just ask: is Fiona Hill the whistleblower? He's my hero. Both of those ladies were awesome.
Yeah, I got Four of Wands, and then on the bottom, Judgment. So it's that Judgment card that's really standing out.
She worked in the White House, so yeah, that's interesting. She was an advisor to the White House.
Yeah, gave the Judgment. I don't know if she was like the person who was listening on the phone, or if she was the one that the person on the phone went to and said, "Hey, I heard this. What do we need to do about it?" And she's kind of the one who made that final decision.
I kind of think it is. She was feeling the loss for our country. Got very emotional about it. With all this quid pro quo and trying to restore balance. And the way she was also calling out the Republicans last week was awesome about their propaganda. She's at the center of this. So I think she had an agreement, and she brought material things forward. So I kind of think it's Fiona Hill.
I get an Ace of Wands, and my Three of Wands, when I was shuffling, fell out and they come back up again. So it's someone who now what was her role? What was her job there?
She was an advisor to the White House for the State Department. So she was a Ukraine and Russia expert.
Because this is my overseas type of thing. Because the Three of Wands, that person standing looking out, and then the Page of Cups here. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So I think so. I would say so.
When I start getting aces too, that's like yes, yes, yes. Okay, so Devon Nunes, after all his talking about Ukraine messed with the 2016 election, not Russia, Lev Parnas, who's one of the ghouls that worked with Giuliani. Lev Parnas' lawyer said that Lev arranged a meeting for Devon Nunes in Venice with Viktor Shokin, who is the ousted attorney general of Ukraine that was corrupt, digging up information on the 2016 elections and probably Biden's son and all that. Now he's got an ethics complaint. They're investigating him. He was also trying to discredit the Mueller report. So Eric Swalwell entered the Daily Beast article about it into the records during the hearing. Now he's got an ethics complaint. Are they going to charge him with anything or kick him off the committee? And mind you, these guys were briefed by our security about that the Ukraine thing was a hoax as far as them meddling in our election, that it was propaganda put out by Russia. And yet they're all preaching that. Johnie, they're saying you're not smiling enough. Did I wait?
You know why? Because I keep reading these damn comments, so I'm turning them off. That's all I'm doing. I'm sitting there reading all y'all's comments, and yeah, I'm done reading the comments. How about that? That way I can be more engaged.
Yeah. What's going to happen to Nunes? Ethics complaint. Violation. He's going to have to recuse himself? Is he going to face some court time?
Like, he's not even trying to hide it anymore. Like, at first, when he did his whole little stunt of running information back to the White House, people looked at him and then they looked the other way, like almost instantly. But no, let me be a sneak and a spy and question witnesses at the same exact time. Will he be charged? I get 6 of Wands in the middle and 3 of Pentacles. So here is his alliance. And then above that is the Magician. So there's the person with the power and the pull. I get the universe, which is the world in this, and then I get the Fool. So something ends, something begins. I kind of wonder if something will try, because Adam Schiff is not, he's not a rash person. He doesn't rush to action. So I kind of wonder if they're going to try to get him off of the committee and begin something else, because there's an ending to something. There's a completion to something and then a beginning to something else. So I'm going to go on the side of, if I had to make a prediction, then I would say yes.
What do you think? Well, this keeps tripping me up that it's not the same as Skype where I have the 10 of Pentacles. It is in reverse, which is suggesting to me that there is like a great loss that's coming for Nunes. He's not getting like this legacy that he wanted. He's not winning this. And then I also have the Page of Wands in reverse. So his defense or his testimony or whatever is not going to be good enough. And then that is followed by the 5 of Pentacles upright. So he's going to be feeling abandoned.
Yeah.
So a loss of the job.
I've got this is his legacy on the bottom too. So I've got, in the past when he was feeling like they were losing and he had to go over and, try and dig up dirt, he got on his bully pulpit, came up with this new plan. It's something he'd been working on for a while. This was work for him. And like Johnie, I've got, there's a new beginning. Nunes has a lot of anxiety because I do think there's going to be some legal ramifications. They're going to try and shut him up. So they're going to get him to agree to something And they're going to get both sides. So this is my working across the aisle card a lot of times. So they're going to get the Republicans to agree that, that he needs to be taken off this committee to shut him up. Is he going to get in legal trouble? I don't think so, but I think he's going to get kicked off the committee.
Yeah. He'll have more time to devote to his cows. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though they announced that the senators were briefed on all this propaganda Russia's putting out about Ukraine was involved in our election, Chuck Grassley and one of the other senators announced they were doing an investigation on Ukraine involvement in the 2016 election. I'm like, how stupid can you be? So where's this investigation going? Is it all going to be lies, or is it going to be just a whole lot of nothing?
If it's coming from them, then yes. Both.
Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda says we all look nice this evening.
There is
thanks, Rhonda.
7 of Wands. So we're standing guard and defending. This does not seem accurate to me, or not, as in this card is possibly not meaning that. It's possibly a mirage of some sort, because I get 3 of Pentacles. So this is kind of like hush hush. So, because I get right beside that is the 2 of Cups. So there is some sort of meeting of the minds that's happening behind closed doors, because you get the person with the power and the King of Swords, which is my trump card, at the same time. So this is all really kind of a ploy to protect the president.
Oh,
I'm loving my cards.
me too.
You go, Sienna.
I got 5 of Pentacles, which is, to me, they're not going to find anything. So with Magician, they're going to start making shit up.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make something up, but nobody is going to take it. Nobody really believes it.
Yep. So,
But on the bottom, I do have the Emperor, and they're doing it in Trump's interest as the president, not just Trump as a person.
I had to lay about 9 cards to get the whole story, but on the bottom, I've got Temperance. So they're either all drunk as hell, or or they're trying to find people to cooperate with them to come up with evidence. This new action, they're all nervous, they're all anxious, their emotions are overflowing. It's a play to try to show strength, to draw attention away from what's been going on a long time with Russia. But it's going to backfire on them, because the illumination is going to be put on the Republicans, and their fortunes are changing. So it's going to go nowhere, a whole lot of nothing.
I like that they're going to try to make stuff up, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit obvious.
So
this is definitely going to be one of those things they need to teach in history class.
it will be, a whole book on itself, like a whole course.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Anyway, that's a whole nother video. Like, I don't understand. You work your whole life. You go through college. You get this big position in government, and you wait till Donald Trump comes along to F it all up. Okay, go ahead. Makes sense.
So Lev Parnas's lawyer, Giuliani's ghoul, is trying to get the House to let him testify to the House. So
Why?
it's like, well, why do we need you now? We know you're involved. We know he's already going to court. He's already got his lawsuit. Is he trying to get immunity so he gets a lesser sentence? And will he testify? It's pretty obvious to me he's trying to get immunity somehow. But
Okay, I'm gonna do the whole spread on this.
does he have anything else? Anything new to tell?
I got
Looks like
One person that does not need to talk. I would think it would be him.
Yeah.
For Republicans' sake, anyway.
I got the devil card, so there's going to be a whole lot of lying. This is suggesting he's definitely implicated, definitely guilty. This is my Vladimir Putin card.
Well, back up. Devil card. That means shot, everybody. Take a shot. We do shots for the devil and the Queen of Swords.
Ah, I got my water.
Yeah, I'm doing shots with hot tea.
Yeah, but he's definitely tied in with that and implicated. And then I was saying I have my Vladimir Putin card. So, I mean, this guy probably is not the one that should be doing that, like, you know, talking about this and doing this at the moment. And then I have the death card. I don't think it's really going to work well for him.
I got Queen of Swords on the bottom.
That's the first card I drew.
Shots, double shots for me and Johnny's Queen of Swords.
She's there. Now I did the whole 15 card spread. Do you want me to go now?
Let me pull just 3. I've got he's trying to cooperate because he feels out in the cold right now. He's trying to come in. He's burdened. He knows he's going to jail. So he's trying to do some fast action. They might move forward with him. Chariot, they might move forward with him, but oh God, there he is, another shot.
Oh mercy.
It's all about greed. So he's got some agreement that, you know, it all comes down to greed. He wants to stay out of jail with this little young thing that's always on his arm. He's the most unattractive man. Got this little young thing on its arm.
That's the one with the bug eyes. Well, they both got bug eyes.
Yeah, and he's got this little blonde thing that's like young enough to be his daughter.
Well, if Stephen Miller can find one, it's somebody for everybody. That's literally Satan's child. So I have the Queen of Swords and the Sun. So something legal is what he wants, and I get the Wheel of Fortune. So he wants a turn of fate. So he is probably going yes for immunity, just like you said. Then I get the 10 of Swords at the bottom, and then the 2 of Wands at the top. So this is not going to go. It's just like the rest of them, Michael Flynn and Michael Cohen and Michael Jackson, whoever else. They think that this is going to save them from prosecution. That doesn't. It just lessens your sentence. So he's still going to have some legal trouble, but he wants out of it any way he can. I get 8 of Wands, communications, 3 of Swords. That kind of goes with that death card you got. He is going to be a big change to somebody. And I don't think it's going to bode well. I don't know for which side, but I don't think he has something on Democrats that he's going to come throwing out there, but we never know. His sphere is the Empress. So these are the governing bodies. His hopes is for the Queen of Wands. He wants a good verdict. I mean, his environment is 2 of Cups. I think this is him and his lawyers, and then we get 5 of Swords, win at all cost. His warring, Page of Cups. So, truth-telling is going to be probably on the back burner. So if you think that you can go in and try to get immunity and then lie, then think again. His good news, though, is 3 of Wands. There's something overseas that could protect him. So if he could get out of jail, he could probably leave and then never come back.
I don't get that he's going to offer anything new.
I get the Ace of Cups. This is a person. And then the 5 of Wands. That's his outcome. So he's going to be fighting with someone. I don't know who the Ace of Cups is. But he has got a person here that he is going back and forth with in some sort of disagreement. Could be a prosecutor. I don't know. But he wants immunity. But he just might lie. Lord.
So the House is investigating if Trump lied to Mueller. Are they going to include anything in the articles? Of course he did. You know, but he always it's Trump. If his lips are moving, he lied.
Don't see if the moon is white too.
Yeah. But are they going to include anything in the articles of impeachment? Because Trump always says, "I don't remember, I don't recall." That's the Roy Cohn, defense mode that he learned.
Did he lie to Mueller?
He doesn't remember anything, but he knows who ASAP Rocky is.
I have an ace come up. That's a yes for me.
Did he lie to Mueller?
On the bottom of my deck, I have this 9 of Swords. Like he did lie to him, and it is going to come back around to get him. He's got reason to worry.
I got he's lied about something about his lifestyle. And the fact that his money comes from Russia, that he did a dance on that while he was in the White House. So, and here's my Mueller card. Oh, and there she is too, the Queen of Swords. Yep, they're gonna include it in the articles of impeachment.
I got something because there is something about the Knight of Cups, and this is a facade anyway. And the 10 of Wands, that's his burden is around his money, the 9 of Pentacles. And I get the anxiety and strength. So I think he thought this is him seeking advice. This is not his personal strength. I think that Donald Trump is not the most connected to his dirt, reason why they couldn't pin him down in the Mueller investigation. He's more like, hey, I have a problem with such and such, and then that's their cue to go out and fix it. And he doesn't need proof you did it, just he's going to ask, is it done? And then it's done. Because
Roadrunner needs a circle of support so he can send all his wily coyotes out.
He learned a little bit from the mob. That's how the mob works. They don't want proof. They just want to know that you finished whatever.
Come back and kiss the Don's ring.
Which is what they're doing.
Okay. So Trump was bragging that when he got back from the hospital that Melania called him darling, which, she won't even hold hands with him, but she called him darling, are you okay? She didn't go to the hospital with him, apparently.
Is that short for dumbass?
Yeah, darling, short for dumbass. So, did Melania even talk to Trump after he got back from the hospital?
She probably did. She was like, and where's that wheel again?
I'm going to get my housewife cards for this one.
You're still alive?
I thought you'd be gone by now.
Damn.
All right.
Oh, thanks, this one. RBG's home. RBG is in the prayer circle, guys, in our healing circle. Melania, did she even talk to Trump after he got out of the hospital?
The devil loves Trump, I swear.
Yeah, I shuffled and I've gotten this card twice on the bottom. A great hotel.
King of Swords on the bottom. That's see?
Shot.
And I got a whole different deck.
Double shot.
That's funny.
Stevie's making an appearance. Double shot. You've been snorting that Adderall again. Yeah, they're gonna find out, dude. You better quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just wearing your body out. Where's my money? Where's my money? I need a loan. I need some money for the week. Did she even talk to him? I didn't even get the messenger card. Darling betrayed her with Stormy Daniels and 19 other women. I don't think so.
Yeah. I got 10 of Pentacles. I'm getting, honestly, she just stayed home. She just stayed home with her family. So I'm getting, she just spent more time with her parents and her son. 5 of Swords. I don't get that she was worried about him. This is just more of a, she's kind of just sort of turned her back. She's maybe just more worried about, well, what kind of legal stuff do I have to sort through if he dies? I'm getting that she was more worried about the complications of, oh crap, I'm gonna have to do all this work after he dies. And then I have the 7 of Cups. There was a lack of focus. She just didn't really think about him, focus on him at all.
Now, when you describe what you think she's doing, this is what this card kind of says to me. There's a woman sitting here. She's kind of looking out on the lake, and she has not a care in the world. She's got a little bowl of crap over here. There's no man in sight. There's not even a man in the boat. It's just kind of out in the middle of the water.
Filing her nails and enjoying the view.
She's enjoying herself.
this was what I had on the bottom was the hermit. She just took care of herself.
In a bubble bath.
Yeah. Probably was relaxing because he was gone.
Now, this is my card for appeals, is the Ace of Pentacles, because it's always, it's pill shaped. And then Judgment was around it. So, like, she thought about because she knows what he does.
Yeah.
You walk out of the room and you look like you had your whole entire face in a bag of powdered donuts. Then she knows what you do. But she didn't care.
They're asking what deck you're using.
Oh, I don't know. It's called Ancestral Path. That's what it's called. Told you I turned the comments off. I can't watch it.
I'm watching in StreamYard, so I'm probably getting them a little bit late. Justice Kennedy, it came out that he recommended Kavanaugh to Trump before he resigned, and his son, is all involved in Deutsche Bank and giving loans to Trump. So are they going to bring Justice Kennedy in to, because they're investigating Kavanaugh and what went on there now and all the documents they didn't get. Are they going to bring Justice Kennedy in to talk to their committee that's investigating Kavanaugh?
And Kavanaugh was recommended by Kennedy?
He was recommended by Justice Kennedy as Justice Kennedy announced that he was retiring.
And so Kavanaugh's being investigated.
Kavanaugh's being investigated because, there were so many documents they didn't get during his hearings. So they're pushing for that so they can try and get him off the Supreme Court.
So will they bring in Kennedy for
Justice Kennedy? And is he going to tell him anything? Justice Kennedy is getting up to his armpits, I think, in some corruption.
Well, I get Ace of Swords on the bottom, so there's a new thought. There's definitely a new maybe legal action that wants to happen, but there may be something that happens that this might not be the case. I get the Eight of Cups and then the Page of Swords. So, and then the Six of Swords. So either this is going to be a big delay on his part or he's not going to do it at all.
What are you getting, Seanna?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm getting whether yes or no they'll bring him back in, but I'm getting he has a lot to answer to since he's the one who recommended the guy. He can't really go anywhere with this. So he can't really get out of that. They know he's suggested him and everything. I'm getting there's going to be a lot of a fight with this Five of Wands and our Knight of Swords. So there's going to be a lot of arguing, and some of it too was I had heard you guys saying that there was paperwork and stuff that was missed. They're going to be criticizing how it was very rushed to get Kavanaugh in. I also have it was done kind of as a favor for Trump. And on the bottom of my deck, I had loss. So I hope that means that they get rid of Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I've got on the bottom. I feel like they're going to wait and see what happens with the White House, because if they get Trump, if they're victorious in getting him to leave, then I think they'll just end the cycle there and then, leave Kennedy alone, but they'll still try to get all the documents on Kavanaugh because they want Kavanaugh off the Supreme Court. So let's see how that investigation is going.
Now, we'll go back just a second here, because I pulled 3 more cards and I got the Justice, but this Justice card in this one is very interesting because you get the Eight of Cups too.
Uh-huh.
So there seems to be some sort of maybe delay or walking away, but this in particular person, the scales are on the floor. So she's not holding the scales of justice. She looks like she's been sitting there forever because weeds and ivy is sort of overtaking her. So it might be a situation to where the sword of justice might be delayed, like I got that Page of Swords, based upon something else. So they're waiting on one shoe to drop before they can do this one.
Yeah.
And so I think they probably don't want Kavanaugh out until they get a Democratic president. That way they can get their own pick in there. Yeah. So there might be some delays.
So maybe just 3 cards on the Kavanaugh investigation. Just how is it going? What's the strategy?
I like beer. That's the stretch.
Well, I've got there moving quickly with all the women that tried to come forward about him.
That's what I got too.
And that brings a loss to him. So they're talking to the women. All those women that tried to say he tried stuff on them also through the years.
I get the women in the middle, and then I get the Knight of Swords, which is that chaotic energy, and then I get there's a man in the law right here at the beginning. So, yeah.
Wow.
With gathering evidence.
Okay, Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu now under bribery and fraud charges. How's that working for him?
Oh, Lord. The story is never foreign leader saves child from burning building. It's always corruption. Always.
Israeli Prime Minister, all of Trump's little buddies, all his friends. You know, it's interesting because whenever there's this much chaos and something is breaking down, not just here in the US, but all around the world, all this corruption is breaking down. It creates all this chaos, which makes us feel the crazy energy. But just hang on, because it has to break down before we rebuild, guys. So hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, bribery and fraud.
There's a lot of messages or evidence or something coming in. It's coming in very quickly with the Eight of Wands. There's the lovers here, so whoever he was involved with is also on the defense, the Six of Swords, or someone trying to wade their way through this in particular storm, because at the top of it all, I got Five of Pentacles. So he's going down hard, but he's going to take a couple people with him. You know, it ain't no fun unless you bring your friends. So why not?
Make it a party.
Yeah.
So this way.
Yeah.
I got that same as you with that Eight of Wands. There's a lot of information coming out. And I'm getting the feeling it's a lot more information coming out a lot faster than he expected. So his challenge is trying to defend himself, trying to make any of this look excusable. I also have that there's still information. It's hidden from the public. He's aware of it, but there's something he's not sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's regarding he has some kind of a plan, or there's some kind of a plan that he's tried to come up with.
Yeah, I've got, right now he's burdened. He's showing up as the King of Pentacles on the bottom, moneyed man, but he's burdened. He's stuck, can't move. They are going to move forward with these charges. Corruption's been going on a long time with him. There's still some things that are hidden that haven't come out. That are going to make everybody quite emotional when it comes out. It's going to be shock and awe, surprise, and bam, tower comes on him. He's going to be ousted.
Yeah.
Or put away.
Was that I had on the bottom was the Fool. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now I have a testimony. So not to make you busier than you already are, but Jenn gave me a reading a long time ago about a job I had, and I was wondering if I should go back because they were asking me to come back. And she said, well, if you go back, there is a person waiting to quit as soon as you clock in. Oh. And so a week ago, I went down there just to shop. And the manager who I talked to, she said that this in particular person quit as soon as she hired somebody. She hired somebody, and he came to work with this person. So it was because we only have two on the ship.
The guy, he froze up.
He came to work, and he left her there by himself because he quit, or by herself because he quit on the spot.
And he was the one trying to get you to come back there so
Yes.
you could quit.
He wanted me to come back to work. And
All right.
then we quit.
So the State Department, they've got the documents from the State Department now. What does that mean for the impeachment hearings? They got the documents that they had to get by midnight. What does that mean for impeachment? Did they get more information? It was mostly stuff to do with Marie Yovanovitch's firing.
That's another thing, though. To see, this is kind of shows you how stupid Trump is. And stupid's a bad word, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's true. Why don't you think that if a person is got some sort of investigation or some sort of news or some sort of dirt on you, firing them is the good thing to do? It's like that's the person you should invite over for maybe brunch or something.
That's the one you should suck up to.
Yes, but no, let me fire them. Okay, yes. Piss off the person who has your secrets. Be nice to people who cook your food and who know your secrets. I say that.
Well, I've got for Maria Ivanovich, it does show all the work they put into getting her to leave, getting her out, getting her fired. A lot of work behind it. But now it's like they're all anxious, because this is a big loss for them, that the details are out. So they're all waiting, on Trump's side, they're all waiting to see what happens now because they're anxious. It shows their betrayal. It shows their thievery.
Oh.
I do have the Knight of Wands on the bottom, so I think they're going to charge in with some additional investigation.
I got Wheel of Fortune on the bottom, so it is turning.
It's got that Ace of Cups on the bottom. Definitely a new interest in it.
Yeah, something new coming up.
I have this trips me up every time. Here we go. Oh my god. There we go. Those documents, like they had to get them in before midnight. I'm getting that they were very, very rushed, but they do contain some truth. They contain some very important truth. It's a lot of it is in the details of. It's like the ways that something was done, the way a particular job was done.
Yeah, the way that she was fired.
Yeah. And I have as a result, the people responsible for her being fired, they are very worried about it.
Why?
Because of what's going to come up as a result of, this truth and these documents and stuff being actually submitted.
Now I get the Nine of Cups. So here is what they wished for, because it's crossed by a victory with the Six of Wands. But there is illumination upon something that was not quite as it seems. So maybe this is it's not a secret, but it wasn't divulged completely. So there will be some information in there that we didn't know before. There will be a heavy loss to someone. It will be an emotional turmoil and an actual loss. So I get the Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. If you are getting a reading, these are never cards you want to see together. But it's going to mean something very bad because I clarified all that with the Four of Pentacles. So someone is literally trying to sit on their secrets. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all.
Your ass
What's in that box? Nothing.
Nobody's ass is big enough to cover all those secrets. You need a bigger box. All right. So has Trump done quid pro quo with any other countries? Well, I don't think you have to be a psychic to say yes, but will we find out about him doing quid pro quo with anyone else?
Oh.
Okay, so I've just been thinking this for a while, but I've never really said anything. I feel like quid pro quo is just like this neat word that Trump recently learned, and now he's using it a lot, and he thinks it makes him sound really like important and cool when he says it.
He snatches on words. I love how he has on his notepad, written in Sharpie in big letters, his famous Sharpie, all his call out points to make whenever he's buying a helicopter.
Looks like an 8-year-old writing. I will not.
It's going to come up suddenly. Wow. We're going to
not
find out.
Be a fun time for him.
That would just be icing on the cake. Well, here, if Ukraine wasn't good enough for you, how about the quid pro quo over here and over here?
Yeah, there is money. Like, this could not be any simpler. There is money. 9 of Pentacles. There's the Hangman. This is holding it back. This is the world. That is a yes. Will we find out? I didn't know. I don't see that.
But shuffling had the lovers fall out. Yeah. Working together, partnered with.
Yeah, I get that, loss to America, overseas, abundance. Like, he's done this a lot of times. And, somebody is holding on to the information right now, but I'm getting a yes. We are, aces are my yes cards. Yes, it's going to come out. He's done it before, and then bam, another knife in the back. So, knife in the back tells me somebody's going to leak it.
That is how pretty much his presidency seems to end, with people leaking his information.
Yeah. All right. Johnie, your question. Is Barr pulling away from Trump?
Oh, they're going to break up.
I did a reading on a live stream, and it showed that he was basically waiting out.
I'm laughing at a comment, quid pro go. Sorry to
I need
interrupt.
to catch up on these comments.
That he's waiting
But
out
go, I like it.
something inevitable, and he's starting to pull back. Let me see.
William Barr, are you pulling away from Trump, and why? You end up to your eyeballs now. You might as well go down with the ship.
Yes, I mean, you're still guilty.
He's balancing like that loyalty to Trump with another interest at the same time. And then I think it has to do, well, we got this like Page of Pentacles, so receiving, it has to do with like the impeachment. I think to him, honestly, I feel like he's just kind of playing it sort of safe, like, well, I'll keep Trump on this hand, but I have another thing going on this hand just in case it doesn't work out with Trump. Just in case he's like delivered, the impeachment or something by Pelosi.
Because again, I get temperance, so that's that working together. I get the Fool naturally, and then I get the King of Wands, someone in the law, someone in charge of something. I get the support with the Queen of Cups, and then I get 8 of Cups walking away. Again.
My spirit guides have just such a sense of humor tonight. Trump's too erratic here on the bottom.
That Knight of Swords kind of looks like get the hell out the door as fast as you can.
Yeah, it's like there's just too much stuff. There's just abundance of lies and deceit and stuff, and he won't stop tweeting. He won't stop talking about it, and I'm tired of defending him. And surprise, they're fighting all the time, and he's sick of it. He's sick of it. Yeah, I am getting he's distancing himself from the Fool. So, whoops, I'm doing like you earlier, Seanna, get the Fool and all the investigations, and he's trying to walk away. He's trying to distance himself. Let's see. Why don't Republicans want Pence as president? Because that'd be an easy way to get Trump out. Just make Pence the president. Why don't they want Pence?
He would be perfect for the Republican Party, though. Like all their ideals are his. He's a small government, family first type of person. So
Church and mother in that order.
yeah. Maybe he's too. Maybe he has a tiny bit of ethic, and he won't do what Trump will do. Because why buy the cow when you can just buy the prostitute? So
He's a loser. He's a loser.
Oh Lord, poor Pence.
Yeah, he's involved in quid pro quo and money laundering. The challenge is to move forward with him. That's the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to protect their party and got the lovers over here in the past. There's an agreement among them that they don't want Pence.
There's an element of insecurity here because literally they just want somebody who looks better than Pence does.
Yeah, I got Knight of Cups too.
Who's more, I guess, more charismatic or more charming or more able to do what it is they want them to do. And I have a similar card as you with, like, that was an agreement that they made. They want somebody who looks makes them look a little bit better. Pence doesn't make them look very good.
They want a politician of the past. I still personally think that's him, but apparently they want something different. Seven of Pentacles, there's the waiting on the harvest, and then I get the pass with the Six of Cups. They need somebody that talks a better game than he does, I think, or maybe he's a little too vanilla. Maybe he doesn't have enough pizzazz to be president. He's just he's nice for a VP because VP is very, very rarely president. And so maybe he's just good to have as an attractive to the evangelical vote, blah, 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 blah.
Well, sorry, I interrupt, but one thing that just sort of came in when you were saying that to me, it goes along with them wanting like somebody who makes them look better. Maybe somebody younger and more charismatic than Pence to attract younger potential Republicans. Because, I mean, this generation of older ones, they're all going to die off. And they want the younger people to get thinking in their kind of beliefs and stuff so that they can keep their tradition going.
Yeah.
And there's that Six of Cups. So they're
trying to attract young people. Pence is not very attractive to anybody.
I also had, their plans for the White House that they've got a hidden agenda that
So I got to.
There's going to be some illumination on too in the Republican Party, Sword of Truth and dark, working together on dark money. So there's some connection with the Republicans and the dark money that makes them not want Pence also.
Because I get the Four of Wands and I get the Nine of Pentacles. So there's something to do with money and White House. So maybe he wouldn't enrich them because he doesn't have the same connections. Then maybe a Mitt Romney or somebody slimy like that would.
Okay, so Mitt Romney and Susan Collins had a dinner or lunch or something with Trump the other day. What'd they talk about?
Mitt Romney is a glutton for punishment. Why did he go back? He embarrassed the man after inauguration.
Yeah. What was that conversation about? I loved our reading on what was Barr arguing with Trump about the White House last week. Next week, by the way, guys, we'll be back on Johnny's channel.
Susan Collins, that's the one from Maine?
Yeah, Maine. And Mitt Romney.
What were they talking about?
What were they talking with Trump about? Went to the White House. How's your cheeseburger? You like your cheeseburger? You want some fries with that?
One thing I am definitely getting is that they really tried to butter him up more than he's already being buttered. They tried to butter him up and be like friendly with him, trying to sort of rub his ego a little bit. I am getting here. They sort of talked him up and tried doing this thing like, wow, you're doing such a great job, and we're so satisfied with your work. Something else that's come in, I have this Page of Swords and this Knight of Wands. So I wonder if they're like talking about because this one is a card for spying, or talking about people that, can we trust this person? Can we not trust this person?
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Saying, is this person trustworthy or not? What are you getting, Johnny?
I think they are trying to temper him. I get 10 of Wands because he's become the burden on the party. But this is also maybe putting in an effort and a hard work type of thing. It's a pep rally. You can do it. That type of deal. Because here is that new opportunities. Mitt Romney wants a job. Only millionaire in the world going for job interviews. And then there's this sort of working together. I think they're trying to temper him. And this is where I go with that. The Knight of Swords is a rash person. This is a person who rushes in without a plan because they feel as though they already know what they're doing, because this is an air sign person. They're in their head all the time. This is a person who is also an action person, but they are a little more temperate. They have a plan, even though it was hastily brought about, but they still have one. This one has none. This one has one. So I think they're trying to temper him, because then I get the Hermit. So it's kind of like, I need you to sort of be down to earth. And now, mind you, this is not temper as in stop being a horrible person. I think stop hurting the party is kind of where they were going.
Yeah, I think, I've got on the bottom the emissaries, and I think they're not the emissaries for King Trump. I think they're the emissaries for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So I think they were trying to let him know, we're supporting you, we're hanging in there with you, but all these new investigations, and if you don't cool it, then we're going to be separating ourselves from Trump and his drug deals he does on the side with
I'm thinking that's why they tried to butter him up a little bit, so that I think they were afraid of how he would react.
And mind you, that is the best way to get anything out of Donald Trump, is to say how great of a person he is. That's how Kim Kardashian gets everything she wants.
Swear loyalty. Swear your loyalty to him, because he likes loyalty.
Yeah.
Trump is doing eminent domain land grabs down in Texas and on the border. He's already gotten 4 parcels of land, but he's got like 29 more he's trying to get in 2019. He got 22 filed last year, but he's got 442 lawsuits over it, because part of it is affecting wildlife corridors and stuff. So will they stop these eminent domain land grabs for the world?
I read this report a long time ago when he first got elected about his wall. And that was the first thing that came up after he got elected, was his eminent domain, because there is some parcel of land that half of it is America, half of it is Mexico, and the half that's America is also a golf course. And half of that that's on our side is going to be devoted to the wall. The other half will be a golf course. So you have maybe 4 holes on the non-golf course part, and then you got the rest of the holes that you can actually play. So this was very upsetting to the country club elites, but they didn't do anything about it as of yet.
I've got the Shot time, guys. I got the Queen of Swords on the bottom, so all this legal stuff's going to continue. Yeah, they've been lowballing how much money they were giving, not the actual value of the land. So I get that they're going to have some agreements where they give more money, but there are dirty tricks going on with this. People are stuck, and they're having to look at elsewhere for land.
I'm getting that there is going to be a pretty hefty evaluation of all of the, the land grabs and the amount of money, like you said, about all the lowballing, and there's going to be a decision made.
There's going to be something big that comes up, though, that grabs a lot of attention on this, because the star card keeps falling out as I'm shuffling.
I got the star, too.
Something big is going to come up.
Yeah, and then I got this 9 of Pentacles, which is suggesting, like, they may have to pay back, like, the difference, what that land was worth versus what they initially gave.
There is a seizing of land. Somebody somewhere along the border is going to have their land taken. It is going to be fought in court, though, so it's not a done deal just yet. But I think there is something about kids, or something about the past, or something about an investment in land, or something sort of motherlandish is what I keep hearing. So it's kind of like sacred ground or something like that. Something to do with maybe there is a famous person buried along some sort of swatch of land, but there's something like that. They're
talking about dividing one of the Native American reservations there would actually get divided in half.
That's what I get then. And then there's the 8 of Swords, which sort of halts the process. And then there is sort of a better outlook for the future. So maybe the initial seizing of land brings about the outrage, and then we sort of get better about it. But
and I just had this fallout while you were talking and I was shuffling, where because of the type of land, or because it's a reserve, etc., there's just this burden to try and section it off and try and do that like they've been doing with the other parcels of land. I think Jenn is stuck. Are you frozen?
Am I moving now?
No.
Not yet.
Am I moving now?
Yes. Now you're good.
It kind of freezes up. You guys froze up a couple of times, so I try to let you know so you can repeat yourself. So Justice Roberts put a 10-day stay on releasing the taxes. Is he going to, because RBG's been in the hospital, so Justice Roberts gets involved and puts a 10-day stay on. Is he going to let the Supreme Court hear the case, or is he going to knock it down?
Now, you see, when I did the Donald November, I said his taxes were coming out. Now you see what happens when people get in the way of what fate says.
Things can
going just fine. It would have been out by now, but then you have a loyalist say no.
He's put a 10-day stay on while he's reviewing it, because apparently RBG was reviewing it and then she got sick. So let's see, is he going to knock it back down to the federal court?
Yeah, I'm getting he's going to try to manipulate things. So this is showing me that he is going to try and sort of knock it down so that it's not, as big of a deal as as it is right now, because there's all of these secrets, and with Trump's taxes, because it regards him and some of his personal finances, the information is very, very damaging to Trump, and it's very damaging to the presidency.
Cool.
I'm getting he doesn't want it to go any further. I'm surprised. I honestly don't think Trump has even done his taxes really over the last few years. Like, I would be hard pressed to, I don't know.
As long as you tell him it's a zero he owes, that's all he cares.
Yeah. I'm surprised he even knows how to do taxes. Well, not maybe honestly, but.
I think we're still going to get him. I think we're still going to get him. It's like he's saying, Trump, you're crying over spilt milk. We've waited long enough. Put an end to this. We're standing on higher ground, and your fortunes just changed, dude. Victory without and sword of truth. We're getting the taxes. And guess what's on the bottom of the deck? My money laundering card.
Money shenanigans.
Money, bribery, extortion.
And then while you were talking, I was shuffling, and again, I had this high priestess come out. The secrets, it'll come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought that Justice Roberts is trying to delay it so that, because I think that person knows that the information in those taxes are very, very damning.
Mm-hmm. I get it. So it's a very hard battle to try to do it. I did 2 cards at a time, so there's a plan, and then the GOP stands in the way. And then I get, okay, we're rushing forward, and then it slows back down. And then I get, well, at some point, you do need to make a decision. You do need to try to maintain balance in the midst of chaos, and then I get the big change. Above all of that is I get the Queen of Swords. So this will sort of spark a legal battle as well. And then my Democrat card is on the bottom. So yeah, we're gonna get it. It's just gonna take a lot more arm twisting first.
So let's see if we can do a little bit of a timeline. See when the articles of impeachment will be completed. Johnie, I know you usually lay 10 cards and take the first and last.
6.
Or 6, yeah. When will the articles of impeachment be completed?
No, 8. I don't know numbers. Numbers are hard.
I also got an 8.
You're working fast. So.
I'm kidding. Did we all 3 get 8s?
I got the strength, which is number 8.
I've got number 8 too.
I also have an 8.
Yeah. I got the first card I got was 1 to 8. So
8 days, 8 weeks.
8.
And then I've got about 3 weeks and it's offered up. Or an offer is made to Trump. Let's see. They're moving fast on it.
I'm getting kind of like an 8 weeks energy from this one, but on the bottom I got my Queen of Swords.
Shut.
I got the 9 of Swords on the bottom.
I got all the money on the bottom. The family business.
If I read the cards that I laid out, I got Ace of Cups. So there is this new interest of some sort, something that's been hidden. I got truth right after that. I got something that somebody desires after that. I got money after that. I got Adam Schiff after that. I got someone standing guard and defending after that. And then I got the strength. So someone may be overpowered. Because mind you, the person in this card, I could say this would be a Trump. The big mouth person. And then the woman sort of calms his mouth.
I actually think instead of 8 weeks, I think it might be something as quick as 8 days. Because in 8 days, I've got it's going quick. It's going really, really quick. So I think actually in about 8 days, as opposed to 8 weeks. Now that's not saying the trial going to the Senate. That's just getting the articles of impeachment
right,
so that we all know. I think they'll have it written up, and then they're going to illuminate us in 9 days.
McConnell didn't want it done by Christmas.
Yeah, I think they'll have the articles written up in 8 days. Now they may go back and amend them and add to them as more shit keeps coming out. So, will there be more testifying? Will there be any more hearings, public hearings?
Yeah.
Your Mother Russia card keeps falling out.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it will.
There could be testimony from a more celebrated or more, just a word, anyways, recognized person.
Mm-hmm.
On the bottom of the deck, I have the moon, which is showing me that there's still more to come.
Yeah, I think you're right. Somebody's anxious about testifying. A moneyed man. He's trying to put an end to it, but they're going to move forward with him. So if that's Bolton, yeah, somebody worked in the White House a long time. That's probably Bolton.
I get a White House and somebody with a lot of money, or somebody connected to money or finances too.
Yeah,
is very reluctant. They don't want to do it. That's a burden on them. And then there's the politics and the back and forth.
he knows about thievery, and they're going to charge forward with another investigation.
Absolutely. I don't watch them because I can't watch people getting questioned. It makes me anxious. I can't do it.
All right, let's look at Miss Lindsey Graham. Miss Lindsey Graham starting an investigation of Biden and his son. Biden's quite upset about it because Lindsey used to be a friend of his. No more, no more.
There are no friends.
There are no friends at
Politics.
Lindsey Graham. How's your investigation going?
Okay, wait a minute. I got to be messy then.
You gonna be messy
Yes. Got a special tarot deck just for him.
for Miss Lindsey?
Yes.
Lapdog Lindsey.
Now there could be something there, so he might find something, and then this will be their banner that they wear for the next 4 years. Dishonor, first card I pull. So I get dishonor is the first thing with the 5 of Swords. I get the Democrats are going to stand by Joe Biden, which if y'all are not going to vote for Joe Biden, you might have no choice because he may have a lot of support since he's going to be attacked from the other side. So that might be one of those type of things. But there is something Russian recklessly with the Knight of Swords and then the 8 of Pentacles. So this is going to be a full-fledged taxpayer money investigation. There's the defending that Hunter Biden is going to have to do. So they're going to go strong with this one because they think this is their holy grail to making Democrats look bad. What a mess.
I've got, first of all, this 5 of Cups. There's a loss. There's like the loss of that friendship, the loss of that relationship or that connection. The investigation, there's going to be a lot of hard, like he's going to be working really hard to find anything. It's going to become a little bit burdensome. And I mean, it would probably become burdensome on the Bidens too, because they're the ones being investigated. However, it's something Graham is doing. It's like he still feels like he's got to be like so loyal to Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of hoping that he'll be rewarded by Trump. But then I have how it ends up. I've got this 8 of Wands and it's in reverse. So all of this information is going to come out, but it may not be that accurate and none of it is really going to be correct. I don't think that he's going to achieve his goals, what he has set out to gain by doing this investigation.
Yeah, I've got on the bottom, he's anxious about it. Why is he anxious if he really believes it's true?
Right.
Well, he had an agreement with Trump, to do this. And it's like, he's gonna get hung up along with this is my Republican card. Johnny's Democrat card's my Republican card. The Republicans are going to get hung up on it because more stuff about quid pro quo, bribery, extortion, money laundering, whatever. Surprising news is coming out, judgment coming, and the attention's going to be taken away from it. So something else big is getting ready to come out on Trump. Something else big, and I think it's something that's alluded to in the Mueller report.
And maybe that's why they're anxious, is because they need him to find something
quick because they know something else. So let's just ask, is something else big getting ready to break on Trump?
Something Putin or Russian related?
Queen of Swords again.
Uh-oh. Shot time.
It's something financial, because I get the Five of Pentacles, so we have there's a loss. I think there might be a one of those sneaky "I'm bankrupt, I have no money" type deals.
Mm-hmm.
So he might have cheated somebody out of some money, because there is the
Johnny just froze up.
And then
Johnny, you froze up for a second. Repeat yourself.
Oh, I can see me. Okay, there's some uphill battle with the Nine of Wands, and then it has something to do with money, and then the law around. But this is not Trump. He cheated someone, and I think that, or at the very least, somebody didn't get paid. It could be even Michael Cohen, but somebody didn't get paid.
I'm getting that as a result, some kind of ending is on its way, is sort of in the works right now. And it's because on the bottom of the deck, I have the Seven of Swords, because somebody definitely got cheated. Somebody lied and probably didn't have the intention of paying back or holding up their end to begin with.
Yeah, it's something secret, something we don't know. So something new is coming out, and the challenge is to get someone to spill the beans on it right now. Somebody who worked on whatever is going on here, had to do with money and work. There's been a delay in them being able to come out, whoever's going to come out. But I keep getting that it's going to be ultimately, but so I'm going to say it's money related too, because I always see Trump having to leave because of something money related. It's ultimately going to be what gets him to leave. It has to do with someone overseas, and someone in a government position.
Because that's what my Six of Wands.
I've been feeling like Trump I've been feeling like Trump isn't able to hold up his end of the bargain with Putin, and in a business setting, he would have screwed the other person over and left by now. But he can't do that here.
He's probably got debts again he can't pay, and he can't get money from Putin right now to cover his debts. He's got banks breathing down his neck.
Well, then he's going to be in debt to Putin. So
he can get it from Don Jr. He sold all them books. He got it.
Let's just ask, how's his money situation right now?
Queen of Pentacles fall out.
I'm getting that he doesn't really have any. He just recently lost a lot.
Oh, we got the devil. Silly enough, I got no pentacles.
No, I don't have any pentacles either.
I had that he had plans to get gifts of money from overseas. He had plans, but right now, he's impoverished. He's impoverished, and he has a lot less than people think he has.
Yeah.
And that's making him extremely anxious. That's why he's howling at the moon and snorting until he has a heart palpitation.
I'm also getting that he's trying to sort of keep it secret. He wants to be the only one who knows this. Oh, I don't actually have any money, but nobody else really should know this. And it would look bad because he's the president, right? And he talks himself up being such a big millionaire. I'm getting like, this is the GOP now. So I'm wondering if he wasn't able to get the money from overseas, or whatever plan didn't really go through. So now he's trying to see if there's somebody who will donate or provide some kind of financial backing.
They do get money from the RNC. The RNC is the one who bought Don Jr.'s books.
Yeah,
They definitely get money from there. I get The Nine of Cups, there is this, he's a character, as y'all told me in the comments a long time ago, that NBC paid Donald Trump to be a billionaire on TV, this billionaire real estate tycoon. Donald Trump's persona is a character, and so he doesn't really have billions of dollars. Well, he's got some money because he had to pay $25 million for his Trump University scam. Not that he paid it, but somebody did. But his money is tied up in whoever this is. It's offshore stuff, probably. Because here's the searching and then a government of some sort, and then it's all crossed by his best friend. So he is indebted. It's kind of like, and this is where I get with this card. When a person says they're worth $1 million, that means if you add up every single thing they have, it adds up to $1 million. That doesn't mean they can go to the bank and pull out $1 million. Yeah. That means they have a house that's worth $500,000, maybe a car that's worth $100,000. So they're worth $600,000 just right there. And so that's kind of what he is. His golf club is worth this, Mar-a-Lago is worth that, something overseas is worth this, and it sort of adds up to the character. He cannot go to the ATM and pull out billions of dollars.
It's what my grandfather used to call 10-cent millionaires, where they brag that they're millionaires, but they don't have 10 cents to buy a cup of ice.
Now there's a woman around him with some money, but it's not him.
So last question I've got, Sondland threw Pompeo under the bus. How's that working for Pompeo? Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I knew my joke about Pompeo's life erupting was going to land. Stuff finally blew up for him. Wait, who was it who threw him under the bus? Sondland?
Gordon Sondland, and is testifying. Gordon Sondland, last night on Saturday Night Live, Will Ferrell played him. It was hysterical. Oh, tower card keeps trying to fall out.
Let it fall. Let it fall.
Yeah, you got the tower, I got the 10 of swords. So just sort of like this absolute betrayal. I mean, to Pompeo, it would feel like a huge betrayal, and sort of feels like that's it, I'm screwed. Now Pompeo he's kind of got his work cut out for him trying to defend himself without accidentally telling the truth, without revealing some of the secrets that he's been trying to keep and hold on to. On the bottom of the deck, I have this sort of retreat. So I think Pompeo is not going to stick around very long. Kind of riding off in the sunset.
What you getting, Johnny?
I have no idea, actually.
You want me to go while you consider?
Well, see, I'll tell you what I got, and we'll work it out. It's a 7 of Wands, so here's the defensive, so that makes sense. But here's where I'm hung up. So you got the Sun and Temperance. Temperance is reconciliation. Maybe he's just trying. Okay, there you go. That's clear. Got to talk it out. Reconciliation, because I always use this card for cooperation, which it doesn't actually mean cooperation. It means reconciliation. It's just, to me, it means cooperation because that's what it always comes up as. But this is reconciliation. I think he was trying to save his name, since he is now branded a liar. And so he was trying to push out some information. Then there is, now I don't know what he shed some light on, but there is something to do with maybe taking more Republicans with him than he probably anticipated. because there is something deeper to what he said than what is actually being portrayed in public. And so, yeah, I think it's not working out very well for none of them.
Yeah, I bet, Pompeo trying to be the emperor, the one in charge of this whole deal, but his challenge, my Nancy Pelosi card. Here comes Seanna back. She fell out. Hang on. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what I did there, but we're back. So,
yeah. So Pompeo, acting like the emperor, has challenged Nancy Pelosi. Sondland shed the light on all his treachery here recently, crowning him death card. Big changes coming for Pompeo. Yeah. He may have a heart attack over this. Really, he's like doing a little dance, feeling a loss, and getting very emotional. I was trying to see. Yeah, he's got a tower moment coming. I was trying to see if he had any legal issues coming up, but I'm not getting that. But literally, I'm kind of feeling like he's going to end up having some health issues over it. This guy could have a heart attack.
Somebody sent me a comment today saying that some other reader, I don't know who, said he was going to die before this term is over.
Pompeo?
Yes. I'm like, okay. I don't see people's deaths like that, so I don't know.
Let's do a quick health spread on Pompeo.
I did just ask like the near future for Pompeo. So hard times and a little bit of suffering. So that's like feeling sorry for himself, but I'm also getting health issues. And then right away, really quickly, some kind of an end.
Yeah, sudden.
Who knows? It'll be something very quick.
He's got an issue with his lungs.
Did you get the 2 of Cups?
No, that's 4 cups is my lung card.
Okay.
2 of Cups is my kidney card. He's got an issue with his lungs. He has an issue with his back. The lungs oxidize or oxygenate the blood, so it also affects the circulatory system. He's got a really bad back problem. He's already on medication. They're going to have to increase the dosage, and he might end up having surgery over it.
He's got a blood and heart problem. So, well, I won't say heart problem, but there is something to do with blood flow. I get this for like blood thinners and things like that is supposed to help the blood flow. So he may have a ventricle thing going on there too. Because here is that something again flowing. But I believe this has been treated before. So this may not be a new medication. He has been treated for something before, but it's complicated now. And so it's either exacerbated by whatever it is he's doing that he shouldn't be, or maybe his stress in his job or his age or whatever is catching up to him. Because this is the healing, but I get this right across from it. So his healing is going backwards. So there is something that he is probably messing up his.
It looks to me like it's affecting his brain also. So he may be having like aneurysms or stroke threat. But I feel like lungs, heart, and brain all, and they're gonna increase his dosage. So if he's on a blood thinner, they're gonna put him on a bigger dose or whatever. Or if he's got high cholesterol, they're gonna put him on a higher dose. He's got something going on, but it looks to me like he's in for surgery.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Go clean out an artery or do like Bernie Sanders just said.
My temperance fell out again. There's a sword. So yeah, he's going to have a time in the hospital.
Everybody's going to the hospital these days. I think we got to all my questions. You all have any other ones?
Not really.
Somebody asked me to do a deeper dive on RBG's or on Donald Trump's health. And I was like, I thought last week was pretty deep when I said he's been snorting stuff into his lungs, taking things into his body, caused a heart issue, ran to the hospital. Yeah, how much deeper do you want than that?
Go into his
And then
nucleus.
what I got from my health reading on him, are just like that checking in on him, was the doctor talked to him about, they did a blood test and they found substances in his system. So the doctor talked to him about it. You know, it's not safe to be doing this. I think you need to cut back or stop using.
Wow.
So I was asking earlier if anybody knew or anybody did a reading on the Eddie Gallagher.
Oh, I saw that post, but no, I did
He
not.
was a Navy SEAL who was acquitted. Acquitted just means does not mean he's innocent. It means that the prosecutor failed to meet the burden of proof. And so he was accused of murdering Afghan civilians. And so he told the people that was with him, his other colleagues, I guess, whatever you call it, his other Navy SEALs, that I will kill you if you tell anybody. Because apparently the person was injured and the medic was seeing to him and he went over and stabbed the person with a handmade knife. This is alleged. Mm-hmm. And so, now mind you, I seen the story of all places on Fox News. And so I clicked it to see, I didn't want to hear them. So as soon as the video started playing, I paused it. And then I just went to the comments. Everybody in the comments says the man's a murderer and he's guilty. On Fox News. He went to Fox News to tell his story, and all the comments is he's a murderer, he's guilty. So Donald Trump, they acquitted him for that, but they convicted him of taking a picture with the dead body because he took a picture of it, or himself with the dead body. So they convicted him of that. So he was going to get demoted. Donald Trump reversed it. They wanted to take away his, they call it a trident. It's like the highest honor you can get as a Navy. Or in the Navy. So they wanted to take that away. Donald Trump reversed that too. So they're trying to do some other punishment, and Donald Trump is going to stay out of this one, is what he said. So what I want to know is all of this, is he ruining his relationship? Because this is what they warned him of with the generals. That's what I wanted to know.
So,
because a couple of them threatened, they said that a couple of them threatened to resign, but when they were asked about it, they said they didn't threaten that. But
I heard he wanted to pardon a Navy SEAL, but I didn't know the whole backstory on that. So what's the guy's name again?
Eddie Gallagher.
Trump pardoning Eddie Gallagher, will it hurt his relationship with his generals or his military?
Well, the first two that I had come out right away is, yes, Trump is going to have a lot to answer to, and he's going to have to really defend that decision.
Yeah, I get 7 of Wands too. Now, he said he's going to step back from this because they're still trying to go forth with the disciplinary process. But he said he's going to step back from this in particular one. Because I do get 4 swords, so he's kind of stepping back on this one. However, I do think that if this does not go the way he wants, he will send word because he can override. This is why this is a whole big deal. He can override their decision because he is technically the highest commanding officer because he's the commander in chief. So it will be a rash decision, and I think that he will get involved yet again, and it will ruin his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think he might get involved again too, because right now, it's betrayal and breaking people's hearts, but Trump's kind of hanging on. There's a lot of anxiety about this, but Trump's got, he's got his own unique perspective on it. For whatever reason, they're trying to put an end to it, but here comes judgment on the White House because Trump can't leave it alone.
Yeah.
He can't take no for an answer. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
I got I got the hangman, so I guess Trump wants this, like, to see this differently. So if they, make their decision on what to do with him, I'm just kidding. He's going to go in there, change things up. I have the death card in reverse. So it's kind of overturning their decision. And then on the bottom of the deck, I've got the 10 of swords. So I'm just getting that, like, his reputation and his relationship with his generals and stuff is kind of strained right now to begin with, but that's going to completely wreck it.
Now, I got 2 more questions. They're off of politics, though.
Okay.
One is, they're both about YouTube, though. One of them is the subscriber count actually real? Because there are channels that have the highest channel right now has 100 million subscribers. And that just seems...
Are all of them real, or some of them purchased?
You can buy subscribers.
Yes.
Right. You're not supposed to.
Just like you can buy a verified check on Twitter, and you can buy one on Instagram too, because it makes you seem important if your account is verified. So I wanted to know, is that real? And I want to also know if the Coppa laws that they're going to put into place, or regulations that they're going to put into place on YouTube, is going to change the face of YouTube.
Oh, they're talking about this Navy SEAL guy. Hang on. The Secretary of the Navy was fired by Trump today. Trump did not step back. He overruled the Secretary of the Navy and gave back the Trident Medal to the Navy SEAL.
There you go. That's what we just said.
One general was just fired.
That's what we said.
Secretary of the Navy was trying to do something on the down low and got caught by the Pentagon, so they fired him. Wow. Y'all are always so informed. Thanks.
No, that's not who I was talking about. That's somebody different.
Oh.
That guy is but yeah, okay. We'll move on from that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a different case. Okay. So what's our question?
Is the subscriber count real? Because mind you, most people subscribe to this channel because of politics. And you make a video about Donald Trump, the biggest politician in our country, and 2,000 people watch it. But I got 8,000 subscribers. There is a channel with 100 million people subscribed, and they get, maybe 60,000 views per video. And so I just want to know, what is these numbers? Are they just to make a person seem more important, so you get more people interested in that channel? Because Google does put the people...
Be more profitable for Google?
Yeah. They put those people first.
Well, and then there's a website, is there not, where you can actually view your subscriber count live as people subscribe and unsubscribe.
Mm-hmm. That's all I could find when I tried to Google this answer.
I love how accurate the cards are on the bottom. When we're phrasing a question for the reading, it's about the foundation of YouTube. Yeah, it's about the foundation and support of each channel on YouTube. The structure of YouTube is what we're asking about. I love when the cards are that clear on the bottom of the deck.
And I get the 4 wands, and it's that company, and then right beside that is the lovers. So it's all about image. There is a turn.
Lovers too.
Yeah, 10 of cups.
And who's the center of attention?
Mm-hmm.
It starts out like as a real number, I think, and then it transitions, into the lovers and who's the center of attention, and the plans they make with that, and then it does become manipulated.
I'm getting that
The elimination on that.
the numbers are fairly accurate at first. I agree. But when they get high enough and when the subscriber count, if it grows quickly enough, it's just like an estimate because they're trying to work out what the real number of subscribers is.
Yeah, because
I have an interesting thing. Well, I have the Judgment and the Tower, and I kind of got, if you call this out, if you call out the wrong kind of people or the wrong kind of information, it could have a very poor effect on your own channel.
Now, the other one is, so YouTube is doing, or not doing, I did a video the other day, Coppa, which is like the Child Online Protection Act or something like that.
Yeah.
All people with a YouTube channel that has anything on it has to say whether or not their channel is for kids or you produce content for children. Now, the reason you have to do that is because YouTube was caught, C-A-U-G-H-T, caught marketing and tracking children online.
as she falls out.
I've had enough water, no more shots.
They had to pay $170 million because you get fined $42,000 per occurrence. So
wow.
They said this is back in 2013. They were supposed to stop doing it. They said they stopped. And then an advocacy group in 2018 found that they were lying. And then the FTC sued them and got $170 million out of them. So they settled this year. So come January 1st, 2020, every single channel that has children content no longer gets a notification bell. They no longer get a comment section. They no longer get on-screen annotations. They no longer get watch later. They no longer get personalized ads either.
Very worrying for those content creators.
And some people, yes. And I've seen tons and tons of videos of people saying, okay, I'm sorry, this is going to be my last video.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to get their monetization for the video. And if the FTC, because they have free reign over YouTube now, because YouTube said they could, if they come in and they watch somebody's video and it's got an animated character, or it's got a child in it that's 13 years or under, the FTC can fine that person, not YouTube, but that person $42,000 too.
Jesus.
So this is now causing a lot of people to leave YouTube because they don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
And there's no point in doing the videos if they're not going to get paid for it.
Yeah, and we already as readers were getting the crunch on. We're no longer as visible in suggested videos the way they changed their analytics. This has been going on. It hit me July 1st when they changed my money from advertising was cut into a third of what I used to make off YouTube.
And there is also a bunch of channels out there where adults, like there, I watched a video of this girl. She does doll restoration.
I love those.
And that's what she does. And she's now leaving YouTube because dolls are considered toys.
Is that popular?
Appealing to children, which she can be fined and all of that.
Yeah.
But all she has to do is click on this is not suitable for children.
Well, see, she can't do that because if the FTC decides that it is, then she gets fined. If she says it's for children, she's fine. She doesn't get fined, but then she doesn't get monetization.
Right.
So they kind of got her both ways. Either she is going to leave YouTube because the FTC is going to get her, or she'll stay on YouTube and do it for free.
Yeah.
But see, even if she stays and does it for free, they took her comment section. They will take her notification bell. They will take all the stuff that makes a channel away.
Yeah. Because it's not just kids who watch that. I
And
can sit and watch those videos for hours. I love watching that.
Well, there's so many DIY like cooking with your kid and stuff like that. They're great things. So what's the question we're asking about this?
Is this going to change the face of YouTube? Are more people going to be leaving? Is YouTube going to go downhill from here? Because mind you, yes, they can go over to the YouTube Kids app, but the YouTube Kids app does not get the same monetization as the YouTube platform. So this is still going to hurt those people in their pocket.
Well, I have with like the present, or how this is sort of being presented to YouTubers now that they have to do this. It's going to make it very difficult for some people to do their jobs and post their content. On the bottom of my deck, I have 4 of Pentacles, so definitely a lot of insecurity. I think that there are some people who are going to lose money. I have the 5 of Pentacles. Some channels are going to feel like they got really, really screwed. And I do get that there are going to be people leaving YouTube, still pulling off the bottom because of the agreements made in regards to content that may be for children, may or may not be for children.
I don't think it's going to end YouTube because it's steady money for too many people. But, there are some that are going to hang on. There are others that are very anxious. So I was kind of getting 2 stories here. So I had to kind of separate it out. So there are some that are going to come to an end because of the government's involvement on this and, putting an end to the cycle of doing anything child and family rated, So yeah, there are some that are going to continue to work, but there are some that are going to be separated from YouTube. There's a hidden agenda in this, though. It's beyond just the law, the new law. There's a hidden agenda behind this. So I kind of want to do another spread on
it's the protection of their money. Because mind you, all of this is just blown out of proportion. This is all YouTube's fault. This is not the channel's fault.
Yeah.
YouTube was caught.
All YouTube would have to do is say, okay, for any viewer who is under the age of 13, don't share their cookie information with any other resource, any other advertiser or anything.
That's what they were supposed to not do. And that advocacy group said
they put the onus on us instead of just stop giving the cookie information from an underage person to advertisers.
Maybe just don't market to children. That used to be illegal at one time. Until the 80s. I don't know. I say this as if I know. I wasn't even born then.
It was, and it's supposed to be now. And that's part of that child online protection thing. But YouTube violated it, not us. YouTube did. And then they had to pay $100 million and then put every channel through this because they don't want to get fined again. So I can understand why they did it, but I think, like I said in that video, they smelled smoke and then knocked the house down instead of trying to find where
there's something funny with YouTube anyway. I mean, they limit monetization on a video. They still run ads on it.
Yeah, they do.
They limit the monetization. So they're getting the ad money from the company paying YouTube. YouTube's just not paying us when they limit our monetization. So I want to see YouTube. You have some illegal things going on. Watch this video get demonetized later.
I was just thinking that. I just didn't want to say it.
I'm brave. I'll do it for all the other readers. Let's look.
I was going to say, because I didn't know this StreamYard starts you before you're ready to start. But if you go in up in the top and click view on YouTube and then go into your analytics or your YouTube beta, I think you can turn the monetization on first before you start instead of doing it afterwards. I think.
I have to figure that out. I just want to see, what's shady going on. Wow. 2 cards came out together for the first card. New action because of the courts.
Yep.
Their challenge is to keep it hidden. They don't want us to know. They've had their tower in the past with the money they had to pay out. Somebody's shedding a light on this, though. There's a messenger coming soon. Somebody's getting ready to shed a light on this. Because they're getting gifts of money.
Now, I've seen
off the backs of others. They're getting money, and they're getting a lot of it. Strength with that. They're getting a lot of money off the backs of others.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of deals that have been made. Somebody's getting ready to shed a light on that. So illegal, I won't say it's illegal, but they got their loopholes.
Something weird.
But there's something getting ready to come out about it.
It's not illegal, it's one-sided.
Yeah.
You take all of the pressure and then we take all the gain. As they say, privatize the gains, and how does that go? Publicize the losses, privatize the gains.
YouTube, that was purely for entertainment purposes only. Thank you. Let me make sure I get that in.
Yeah.
And by the way, you look like you're doing it legally. You're just doing it off the backs of others.
Mm-hmm.
The
now,
corporate
I've seen a comment that said, what if you use a deck that has cartoons on it? Because there are some that has cartoons. Tarot cards are not marketed to kids, so it would have to be something appealing to 13 years and under. So that's the
I
only.
really can't see
only,
little kids being interested in the state of affairs right now with Trump and with.
You can be a kid and like tarot, but tarot is not marketed to little kids or 13 years and under. So that's our loophole we can jump through.
I mean, one of my personal rules is I never read on anybody under 18. So a lot of other readers are like that too. So our videos should not appeal to children anyways.
I just marked my videos not suitable for children because child's going to watch. I just marked it's not suitable for children. Sorry.
That's what I do too. It was not made for children. Anyways, I have to get going, but
thank you.
I've had a wonderful time
tonight. I think I was ready to wrap up. That was a good one. I think we want to read on last.
Nope, that was all I had.
Yeah, I just had a great time just being here and getting to read with you two.
Yeah, it was great to have you again. We haven't gotten together with you in a little while, and
it has been.
Thank you everyone who joined us. I tried to keep up with some of the comments. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Oh yeah, you guys, we had ours last month.
That's right, in Canada. For those who don't know, Sienna Rose is from Canada. And her channel is Sienna Rose Tarot. You can go find it if you haven't checked her out. So we will be back next week on Johnny's channel.
Yay!
Same time. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.